You know, credit to Marcus Smith, Don Hawk, and SMI. They found a great package for the All-Star race. I think that package needs to remain solely at the All-Star race. I think that a lot of the drivers in this sport are in a position where they chose cup racing because of the demands that the cars take to drive. And I think there's a lot of fans that come to our races expecting to see the best drivers. I think if you put a package like this out there, like what we had at the Charlotte All-Star race, on a consistent basis, that the best drivers in the world will no longer go to NASCAR. They'll pick a different sport. That won't happen overnight. That'll happen over time. And I think that would be a tragedy to this sport because the best race car drivers want to go where they can make the biggest difference to their performance. And there's no doubt that you make less of a difference with that configuration, with that rules package. So with respect to that, I'm thankful that it improved the watchability, the show per se for the All-Star race. I think that those are important things to do. But I think we should always be mindful of our responsibility as a sport to make sure that best drivers are able to showcase their talent. And I'm apprehensive that coming with a package like that on a larger scale for the sport will, in time, deteriorate the ability for drivers to make a difference, and that they will look for other racing venues to achieve that. So it's a very interesting trade-off. I think of the three things that I like to see at a race, and I think of fast cars. I think I want to see the best race car drivers, and I want to see a great finish. Those are the three things I want to see. I think that package achieved one of those three and hurt the other two. And in that sense, I consider it a net loss overall. So I know that's a tough question for NASCAR to really wrap their heads around. It's a tough question for us to wrap our heads around. But believe me, I saw the fan videos of people in Charlotte standing on their feet. But part of that is because of the legacy that the sport has to have the best drivers. And I think over time that'll deteriorate. I think we've seen that with IndyCar. It was pretty obvious to me that a decade ago, if you wanted to see the best racing in the world, it was, quite honestly, it was in IndyCar. They ran 3-4 wide and put on some great shows. Unfortunately, long term, that didn't translate to the fans. That didn't translate to better ratings than NASCAR. There's a lot of reasons for that. I would speculate that some of it has to go back to the fact that the best race car drivers in the world were here in NASCAR. And we saw that when IndyCar drivers came over here and didn't find success. And they weren't just any IndyCar drivers, they were some of the best. So with respect to that, I think we have to tread very lightly with the next steps of this sport. I like the idea of picking one or two races and running that package. I think that makes sense. But if we, overdose on that particular format of racing, it will have, in my opinion, some severe long-term negative effects. So it's a very interesting equation to see play out. We're all watching together how it's going to play out. I think we all have a little role, from the media to the drivers to the fans, et cetera. But I think, long term, if you want to know what the All-Star package would look like if it was ran in NASCAR full time, look no further than IndyCar. They've already proved it. And they had great racing. They had a number of fatalities associated with that racing that was unfortunate. They had a short, unsustainable boost in their fans for those races when they first went to those packages. And then it trailed off. So with respect to that, I think that's where if I was forecasting to the future, that's how I see it. But I don't know what decision NASCAR was going to make. It's their decision. All I can do is give my input, and at this time, those are my strongest thoughts.
And Brad Keselowski, he was upset. That's him walking over to Matt Kenseth, and Kenseth at the time leading blocking.
Watch this. The two just brake checked the 20 right there. And then here comes Dale Jr. He can't stop. Now he's hot. Now he's going to go up here and he's going to give Keselowski a piece of his mind.
Everybody got a little piece of everybody. But watch, Chris, as they exit turn 2, he's able just to close that door on Keselowski. He didn't run him out of room. He just closed the door. I think Brad didn't really, you're going to have emotions late in the race like this. I don't think he had really a leg to stand on that argument because Matt's leading the race. He's doing all he can do.
Jeff Gordon probably not very happy with the 2-car there, maybe. They have a talk with him.
I believe he wants to have a conversation and have it right now. Watch Brad Keselowski there, and from the left side of the grouping.
Yeah, that was Harvey. Well, and then it's on. And Jamie Little, she's right in the middle of it too. A few weeks ago, it didn't really classify that as a fight. I think that been closer more to wrestling and people disagreeing, but that was an all-out fight right there. We all knew, and just as Jimmy was pointing out there, we all knew that with this format, that all of this was going to ramp up the pressures and everything that was going to take place on the racetrack.
Drivers and teams whose cars are back in the garage area after the race, watching our telecast earlier and seeing what happened. The sparks have flown.
Yes, they have.
And the fenders had bent even after the checkered flag.
We'll have to see what all brought all of that on, but unhappy drivers for sure.
Well, look, more. That's Matt Kenseth.
You hit me under yellow. You hit me under yellow. You hit me under yellow. Turn it loose. Turn it loose. Turn it loose. Turn it loose. Let it go, Paul. Let go. Let go. Race is over. That's the
Matt, what is the message you tried to get across to Brad there?
Well, I mean, besides the race, I mean, he knew I was out there. That restart wrecked me, which, you know, I guess I shouldn't have went out there. Really the safety. I mean, he was doing something with Denny there. I don't know if he was mad at him. And then I had my hands off, my seatbelts off, and everything, and he clobbers me at like 50. So the accidents and stuff we had around here, I mean, just race is over. Try to come back to pit road. If he wants to come and talk about it like a man, go do that. But to try to wreck somebody on the racetrack and then come down pit road with other cars and people standing around with my seatbelts off and driving aside of me is just unexcusable. It's just, there's no excuse for that. He's a champion. He's supposed to know better than that. He's just, you know, I don't really have anything else good to say.
Matt, you were involved in the 63 to go restart. What was going on there?
On the restart, I just rolled outside of him in the dog leg, and he knew I was there and just ran me out of room, ran me in the wall because he didn't want to get past, which I shouldn't have went there, but there's a lot of guys you can race like that, and they know you're there, and they'll give you the room, and he's usually one of them. He just, he did it on purpose, just ran me in the wall because he didn't want to get past.
2 laps to go. Watch the 2 and the 11 here for about 3/4 of a lap.
Yeah, they're up here battling for a top 5 spot. See, the 11 gets a little bit loose there. A little contact, not much. A little bump.
And it goes 4 wide for a minute.
2's momentum was broken and so on. Now on the cool down lap.
Yeah, I can understand them a little bit. They were having some contact at the end of the race, but not sure about some of this other stuff.
I didn't see a whole lot that Denny Hamlin did wrong in that, in trying to race in that scenario there.
Now as the cars stack up at the entrance to the pit road, that's the hit Matt Kenseth was talking about. And while doing that, Keselowski runs into the back of Tony Stewart, so then this. From Tony Stewart's bumper camera.
That's Casey Mears and Marcus Ambrose. Those are 2 of the more low-key guys you'll ever run into in the garage. Oh, look, there's some actual shoving going on. There's a punch, a swing.
Looks like he's getting a little bit physical with the punch. He landed that punch to Casey Mears, and Mears tried to retaliate, but you saw the crew guys come in there and take over.
In a battle for 18th, 19th, and apparently earlier damage by one car caused on the other.
Well, Marcus is a great restarter. He's a road racer, so he knows. Look, and then Casey's trying to drag Marcus off to the side, and Marcus punches him. He didn't want him grabbing him like that, and you could see Mears rubbing his eyes, so Marcus definitely landed that punch, and then the crews are getting involved there, and he's getting beat around a bit.
That would have been Larson by a skosh.
Oh, that's great, but by running side by side, here comes the 2 car.
Clear, shut the door.
Washing out. Here comes Harvick to Larson's inside. And here comes Keselowski to make it a 3-way race for the lead. Gonna try and split the middle.
That's the only spot open.
3 wide middle. 3.
Wow, what a pass. I tell you, that's some risky racing for some guys that have a lot to lose. Kevin Harvick and Keselowski are still going for it. Lot to gain. Win and you're in.
McMurray all the way to the bottom. Gordon looking high. 4 wide to turn 1.
Yeah,
Larson smoking.
I think that's from the contact when they were warming their tires up under caution. They actually ran together.
Yeah.
Keselowski gets clear. The smoke goes away on the Larson car. But now he's racing Jeff Gordon for second.
Crossing over.
Yeah, that was quite a move. Jeff Gordon thought that he had that spot done easily. Oh, Larson's sideways right there. There's just no give up and a lot of talent sitting in that 42.
Want to know whose car ate up that windshield tear off or piece of trash or whatever that was we saw blowing up turn 2 there a minute ago. Not on either of these front runners. Still racing for second spot. Keselowski's running away. Ken.
Oh, that's close.
I'll tell you, Kyle Larson is just not going to give up, is he? And look at Gordon with the crossover.
Oh, into the wall there. That might cost him that second spot.
Take his line away. Come on up.
Hart Jr. a little nudge in turn 2, and Logano moves to 4th. So it's Joe Gibbs, Rick Hendrick, and the 2 Penske cars.
Uh-oh, here comes that blue 2.
To the outside.
He's coming on the outside. He's there. He's going to get them both off turn 2.
Yeah, Kenseth did not get off turn 2 good at all, and Keselowski got a great bite up there up on the top side.
Mike says I can make up for that going into 3.
6 to go.
Woohoo!
Kevin Harvick backing up. Dale Jr. under fire from the 18. 6 to go.
Keselowski lights that outside off of 2. He's there again.
Boy, Kenseth's going to have to make that number 20 awful wide to hold both of them back.
Yeah, and here comes a teammate of the 22. This thing is getting good, boys.
Yeah, he can't open the bottom because Jeff Gordon in that 24 car, he'll pounce.
Matt Kenseth playing defense.
Here he goes.
Joe
He's
Gibbs.
there.
They're both there. But Keselowski has the spot on the outside.
Gordon had to check up. He bumped into the back of Matt, and that allowed the 2 to get to the outside. But here comes the 22 on the bottom.
Yeah, Matt Kenseth almost got in too deep. He's going to pay the price.
Whoa, hang on to her, buddy. That 2 car was all over the place.
He almost got turned around as his teammate Logano guns for the lead and takes Gordon with him.
Logano goes to the lead.
And Jeff Gordon is there. He is under and past Matt Kenseth.
Whoa! The 2 just gave the 20 a huge shot. And here comes Kyle Busch
on the inside.
Look at this.
And he has those 4 fresh tires Kyle Busch has.
Yeah, but he doesn't have but 4 laps to go. 3 now. Oh, my gosh. Look at that 18 car. Go by the 2 and set sights on Jeff Gordon.
3 wide, Logano to the bottom for the race lead. Harvick to the outside. And Hamlin up through the center comes out on top. This has been fun. Now behind these guys, Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming back from a flat tire earlier in the race. Just made a great move around the outside. Earnhardt Jr. up to 6th place and challenging Ryan Newman for a spot there, while these 3 guys race for 2nd.
Harvick just looking for somewhere to go. I think he has the speed to go battle Hamlin, but nowhere to go right now. And speaking of Junior there on the inside of the 31, I watched him come back up through traffic. This car is really fast.
Look at that, low of 35th, a lap down after the flat tire that happened at lap 96. Harvick again with an inside look.
Gonna make a little room now. Boy, look at Logano wheel that thing though.
Man. There's still a lot to go, just under 100 laps, but these guys know that it's getting down to that time. Track position is going to be important. But sure stacked things up there as Harvick's trying to take the lead from Gordon on the high side.
Practice for the finish. Harvick led that one. And Logano and Hamlin are side by side behind these two. Gordon squeezes in front, reclaims the lead. Logano wins out in third. Now Jimmy Johnson challenging Denny Hamlin for fourth place.
Sounded like Kevin Harvick there, that maybe the splitter was too hard.
I thought that was Denny Hamlin's voice, yeah. Harvick by a skosh there.
That sounds like a kind of a small thing. You're talking about that splitter hitting on the 11 car. That can be a real issue tonight when these speeds pick up, because that if it hits,
trouble getting going. Hamlin's clear for the lead. That's Kyle Larson, 3 wide to the inside. Now Hamlin has trouble. Jamie McMurray to the outside.
Here comes Harvick.
Harvick to second. 3 of the 4 championship contenders running 1, 2, 3 with 8 laps to go.
That was Denny Hamlin's worst case scenario for Harvick to get through there.
Trouble got a car up in flames in turn number 1 down on the apron of the racetrack.
stay in green. Here he goes. Harvick's got a run.
That's wide. Harvick leads. Got a very determined Joey Logano trying to find a way to him and around him.
Boy, he's there. They touch.
Kevin Harvick and Paul Menard looking for a way through.
Yeah, if Logano doesn't complete this pass, he might lose 1 or 2 spots, though.
Whoa, Logano's going to hang on as Harvick runs around the outside to second.
Going to lose another spot, and maybe another.
Menard to third, Dale Jr. to his outside for fourth. 2 spots since the restart, Kenseth did. Keselowski actually ran the fastest lap of anyone in the field last circuit by.
Here, and it carries off.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really impressive. With those extra laps on the tires, if he can hold on for about 10 or 15 laps here, even if Gordon passed him, hold on to second or third, this will turn out to be a huge advantage, this call.
You drive away by 2. He comes back to the center when he runs that middle lane, and by 1, he has momentum. He'll be in line tight. Bottom lane inside.
Now NASCAR Race Control has just informed its officials down on pit road to inform crew chiefs that they may have the option to go to Goodyear and mount an extra set of tires. First come, first serve on however many are available. I don't know the number that are available, but I'll bet there's a lot of crew chiefs sending guys scurrying to the tire shop right now.
Yeah, that's significant because they have changed a lot of tires. I think most of the teams have about 2 sets left, but if we see a rash of yellow, these teams will want more tires. Looks like Gordon got a run now.
Staying even with you.
I am so impressed with this 2 car, how he's able to hold off Gordon this long.
Driving your guts out. He's going to hang tight left side.
Jeff actually led that last lap by a smidge. But I don't think he's going to lead this one. Inside lane got bottled up when Brian Vickers slipped. But now they're double wide in front of the cars with fresh tires. Kurt Busch to the outside of Matt Kenseth, looking for the race lead.
One thing Matt didn't want and wasn't counting on, I think he thought he could get away there. Kurt Busch got other ideas.
Kurt led that lap.
Kenseth loose.
Joey Logano, flat. Junior and McMurray all the way down to the apron. This is for the race lead, coming to the white flag.
Harvick really got the 2-car loose right there. Oh, he's going to turn him. Nope, didn't he? Saved it.
White flag, last lap. Harvick's by Keselowski.
Boy, they're bobbing and weaving going off into that corner down there. Turn 1.
Tony Stewart on the bottom trying to take it from Kurt Busch.
Stewart-Haas 1-2 off turn 2. Drag race down the back. Advantage 41.
Kyle Busch third. Menard. Kyle Larson, the rookie, fifth. Stewart to the bottom again. Larson following suit. Two veteran open wheelers on the inside against Kurt and Kyle, the Busch brothers.
And look at the rookie back here in the 42 car. I mean, he's watching this action.
And this is the same position Kyle Busch was in a year ago with Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano battling for the lead.
White flag. Landon Castle bounced off the wall, goes to pit road. Here we go.
Through the middle.
Kyle Busch looked at the middle, now looks to the bottom.
Here comes Larson off turn 2. Larson's got the run down the back.
Can he win 2 days in a row?
The rookie.
Can he battle Kyle Busch 2 days in a row?
He battled him yesterday and beat him.
Here he comes. Diving to the inside. Kyle took the block. He blocked him.
It's the Kyle and Kyle show off turn 4.
How many times have we seen this? This is like 4 or 5 times these two guys have battled each other for the victory.
Busch the veteran, Larson the rookie. Kyle Busch wins California.
Drag race off the 2 over there, but you can see just a little edge to the outside car.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to work getting down into the corner, but it's the run off the corner. Now let's see what happens with Johnson and Kenseth here through 3 and 4. You can see how much speed Jimmy Johnson, boom, right there in the middle of the corner when he picks that throttle up.
Yeah, the car on the inside is just pinched down, and you got to put you got to put extra wheel into it. It just slows you down a little wee bit, gives that outside an advantage.
Kenseth, though, is relentless. He will not give up as long as he's side by side with Johnson. Kenseth edges ahead by almost a car length. Can he close up in front of Johnson? Nope, still side by side.
He would like to, but he knows better. Boy, look at that 20 car. Now the the splitter is starting to hit the track going down the back there. They've got that thing set up for the finish.
Right behind them, Gordon and Vickers.
Taking care of them from the bottom side. Does get a nice run to get back to that second spot. Let's see if Denny Hamlin can hold him off.
Look at Denny. He's not going to let him have the bottom, though, is he?
Why would you?
Yeah. Well, looks like he starts pretty good up top, too. See, he bottom out right there pretty good, though.
Sure did. Now I know why he doesn't go up there. I believe Harvick would have won that race.
Yeah, he would have. By about the same distance he beat Jeff Gordon in that famous finish way back here in 2001.
Yeah, the last time these guys were racing side by side for the lead, it didn't turn out good for Denny Hamlin. That was last week at Bristol.
This is not going to turn out good either, but a lot better than the result of that last week.
We had to lift a little bit there.
Yep. And this car is just good enough to stay there. It's a really good car. I don't know that once Harvick gets in front that Denny can hang too close to it. He's not giving this up easy at all. In fact, Biden he's a man on a mission. Kenseth over there on that quarter panel pulling him back.
This could get dicey. Coming around to the white flag. Kenseth wiggles. Can Kane clear him? He does. Last lap in Atlanta. Ambrose with a run to the inside of Allmendinger.
Tied up through here. Trying to go too wide open. Could be tough. But this is for the race win.
Here comes Carl Edwards and Kurt Busch.
Go, go, go.
Ambrose through to the race lead.
Don't think Allmendinger's finished right here. But that was some driving by Marcus Ambrose.
Kurt Busch by Carl Edwards for third. Already physical between the front two.
Great job by Allmendinger on that restart there. He used up all the track he could to keep the 9 behind him.
Yeah, and the 9 did all he could do to try to get a fender up alongside. And he might have it here.
Up, a little contact. Just got him out of the groove.
Pushed him up the track.
Right side. You got him. Just you and him there.
Not over yet, though. This is a left-hander coming up. Allmendinger's in the best spot.
Not giving Ambrose any pavement to work with there. Allmendinger holds the lead. Here they come to the white flag. One more lap to go.
Hit your mark, buddy. Hit your mark.
Ambrose going to have to hold on to the second spot. All this is not going to matter.
I wanted to see for sure. The race will end no matter what. And we got us another winner, boys.
Boy, Harvick is
coming
running all over the racetrack. And a lot of traffic in front of Jeff Gordon. He's going to catch him down in turn 3 and 4.
Harvick got a great run down the back straightaway. It's down to half a second.
He'll try.
4/10 of a second.
I think it's a
third of a second.
Great effort.
Jeff Gordon off turn 4. Win number 89 for Jeff Gordon by 2 car lengths over Kevin Harvick. 7th place at stake here.
Mike and Darrell, we talked about qualifying laps. With that average finish, it gives these drivers the incentive to race hard every single lap.
Not only the incentive, but the imperative. Because if you hang out back, you're going to be last onto pit road in that final stop and likely last coming off pit road and have very little chance.
Larry, the last time by, Carl Edwards, 28 flat. I mean, that's qualifying speed.
Yes, it is. Yes,
oh, my gosh, these guys are flying.
Wow, Kane dives to the bottom against the 20 of Matt Kenseth. Makes the pass.
He has got a fast car tonight. Jeff Gordon on the move.
He has caught Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski. There's Gordon's 24 in 4th in a position to challenge. Keselowski comes back on the outside and they touch. He and Edwards get together.
Yeah, Carl just cannot get off a 2 on the bottom like the guys can get off a 2 on the top. There's just so much speed up there.
That brings the 5 of Casey Kane into the picture as well.
Woo, man.
Whoa, that's close.
Man, he cut right in front of the 2 cars.
No quarter asked, none given.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're riding with Denny Hamlin, and he actually had stacked this whole group of drivers behind him.
Wow! Oh my gosh!
Hello.
You won't see that every week. 3 wide and nearly 4 wide coming off turn 2.
I swear you think these guys were racing for $1 million. I don't know what's wrong with them.
For the lead, here comes Casey Kane. Brings that number 5 train to the front.
Hello.
Carl Edwards not going to give it up without a fight. Carl's got the run in turn 2. Going to settle for second for now.
There comes Harvick in the 4 on the bottom, and how about Kenseth in that 20 up there outside?
McMurray for the lead, but into 3, Edwards by a nose.
Boy, Kenseth packed it in, but he couldn't hold the bottom. He had to scoot up the hill, and that let Kevin Harvick get by. And here comes McMurray on the outside. He's going somewhere.
They are trading paint. Edwards, McMurray for the win.
They touched again as they came down through here.
Harvick backs off to a respectful distance.
McMurray is going to clear the 99 to Carl Edwards, and he is out of here.
What a run for Jamie Mack. Now Edwards and Harvick together.
He's got his hands full of that 4 car now with Harvick.
He better not. They better not stay side by side very long. Kevin better clear the 99 and Carl Edwards are at. 1 car is gone.
I mean, Jamie McMurray is running some of the fastest laps of the night.
That is the track record. That's the old track record, 27:68.
Now here comes Matt Kenseth into this battle for second. And right with him, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
But Darrell, you're right. They keep battling. That little orange and black car is getting smaller and smaller up there.
It's might be a little.
Brad Keselowski took his Ford deep into turn 3 on the outside. Jimmy Johnson exits 4 with a meager advantage and too close to call at the line.
I tell you, Brad Keselowski, that 2 got a big run on the outside. So did Danica Patrick at 10. Now she's up there in the 3rd spot.
Casey Kane in 4th, Clint Boyer 5th, and Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Marcus Ambrose, and Matt Kenseth at the top 10.
Yeah, this is a 600-mile race, boys. It's not a drag race. Y'all might want to sort this out here pretty quick, and they did coming off turn 4.
The 10th and a half, the last lap.
And that's been the case anywhere from a 10th to a 10th and a half the last 4 laps. You can see he just keeps pulling that 20 car in.
And Johnson is there, 2/10 quicker the last lap.
Oh, he got a nice run off. Jimmy Johnson got a nice run off turn 2, and he likes the bottom. Whoa!
Kenseth to block.
Oh, my gosh.
Johnson forces the issue into turn 3.
That was a little bit more than a block.
But I think that just goes to show you how much these 2 guys want to win this race.
Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin. 2 Chevys, 2 Fords, and a Toyota fight for the lead. Jamie Mack up around the outside, 3 wide as they come through the dust and down the back straightaway.
It looks like Harv's got a little bit of a run going down the back. Got off at turn 2 there with a lot of speed. Tony hanging tough on the bottom. Actually, it's the other way around. Tony on the outside, Kevin on the inside.
Kevin Harvick trying to wrest the lead from pole sitter Tony Stewart in the 14, but Stewart has a big drive off turn 2.
Yeah, smoke like that outside. He gets that nice run down the back.
Jeff Gordon gets a good start. Brian Vickers coming right after him, and Logano is there on the inside, but Gordon holds the bottom against the white line.
Kyle Busch tried to make it 3 wide, but they got away from him going off into turn 1.
Yeah, drag race down the back pretty much. Gordon able to hold his own. Let's see what Logano can do with these 4 tires against 2. He looks to the outside. He's going to be strong off 2, off 4 here. Got to run, got to run. He's looking, he's looking.
Down to the inside comes Logano. Gordon leads at the line. Logano into turn 1, takes it back.
Yep, those 4 tires against 2. That's pretty hard to overcome.
They've got a gap on Vickers. Biffle racing for 3rd. Then Kyle Busch. Here comes Kyle Larson.
Oh boy, here we go into turn 3.
3 wide. And Larson on the bottom chasing Kyle Busch. It's the Kyle and Kyle show behind Logano and Gordon. Connecticut, go Huskies. Joey Logano wins.
He's been encountering some lap traffic, and if you catch that at the wrong spot a couple of times, you can see there he kind of missed the corner, actually, unless he's just going to try this higher line right now. He'd been right down with his left side right down there at the apron.
Now he's going to have some traffic to deal with right now, and it's Joey Logano taking the spot away.
This is not an easy pass, though. We talked about this. You know, the guy moves up unless he's just going to back out and give this to the 22 car, and that could happen down here in turns 3 and 4. It's so hard to clear right there. Make that pass. You can see Hamlin, once again, led the lap.
That was a perfect example of how these drivers use that side draft and get right down on the right rear corner of somebody to try to either slow them down or loosen them up. That's brought the 4 car of Harvick back into this.
So there a lead change. Joey Logano leading that lap and out in front. Bonus point 22.
It's him in the same.
98 car, Josh Wise. Giving way to these front runners. Slipping and sliding around trying to do it.
And Matt does a good job with old tires in this situation. This is going to be a tough, tall order for him to hold the lead.
Logano give it that shot while he knew he still had a spot to slip up into there. It's going to be a little more calculating here before he takes that opportunity the next time, trying to make a big run off the corner. Kenseth, though, is so good at not overdriving his car into the corner and then powering up on the exit of the corner. Makes it tough to make that pass on him.
And now back to those assumptions we talked about earlier. Now you assume he's going to give you a whole lot less room than the guy you're racing for a spot here.
Kenseth's problem is he really needs to win, but he's up against two guys here that all they care about is getting another win and adding some bonus points before they get to the chase.
Now Matt Kenseth is holding off cars that have 70 lap fresher tires.
Run Logano got off of 4 there, but can he get it turned and pointed? Look at that.
Good run that time.
He's trying his best to do this without hitting Kenseth, and I think he's going to make the pass work right here. Kenseth's going to hit him. Nope, didn't quite get back to him. That's really good at getting his car off the corner. But Jeff may have changed his line just a little bit down there. You can see the two, a little wiggle right there.
Whoa. That was close.
Let's see which way Brad decides to go. Gordon had run the high line down in 3 and 4 last time. Got a huge run off of turn 4. Just like this. I can tell Jeff looked like his car is really good on the bottom of 1 and 2. He's a little bit better right in the center of the corner, not trying to get too high down in 3 and 4. See what he tries this time. That's where he gets a big run. You see how quickly he gets back to the throttle. If he can loosen him up, getting down into the corner.
All over your bumper here.
Coming up on a lap car here, though. Not going to be anywhere to go. There's the move he's looking for. That's what he was wanting.
Side, outside. Breathing room behind him.
See, Brad put up a good fight, but I think 24 is going to win this one.
First lap.
And Kyle Busch still has to fight his way through them. He got Casey Mears, now David Gilliland, and here's Casey Kane going after Harvick for second.
But he's going to get boxed in behind Danica Patrick in the 10, Casey Mears in the 13. That is a battle for second you're looking at with Kane and Harvick.
And Mears and Patrick are racing for position with Gilliland. So that's a battle going on. And these lead lap cars trying to fight their way through.
Boy, and it is tough sledding when you get, as we've said, you get on the bottom, you get loose, car gets a little sideways, and it hurts your exits. But oh, you can't do that.
They want to be the first car one lap down.
No. Look at Kenseth up in there in the 20. He wants part of this.
You can do that.
I don't know how they get the free pass if they all wad up in the same caution.
I guess you can.
And Casey Kane, he's going to get boxed in, but Kevin Harvick in the 4 rolled out just for a second.
Yeah, but look at the 20 car sail off into the corner on the outside, and That 20 car is on a rail. Right now, I think that 43 car is telling you the answer to that question. I want this win.
Almirola trying to become the 6th different driver to wheel a number 43 to victory lane in the Sprint Cup Series.
Well, when I look at those 4 hungry hounds behind Carl Edwards, Almirola, Stenhouse, Stewart, and Ambrose, we know how bad they want to win a race.
You know that commercial where Carl pumps all that iron and it's who's the machine? He better use every bit of those muscles to stay ahead of that 43 car. He is after him, and the Stenhouse car 17 is hounding them too.
3 Fords at the front with 36 to go at Bristol. Stenhouse downstairs looking for 2nd place.
That was a power move right there. Stenhouse run the bottom, made it stick. He's going to do it again. Is he? Gosh, oh, he's so close.
He should win this battle down into turn 3, coming through 3 and 4, but Almirola in the 43 fighting back.
Carl's loving this. The longer they do that, the better it is for him. And he seems to be opening a gap a little bit here. These two guys need to settle it pretty quick.
Don't forget about Stewart and Hamlin, though, 4th and 5th. They have much fresher tires than the front 3 cars.
Boy, it is so. The 43 and the 17 running side by side. Just don't slip, boys. Just don't slip.
Yeah, because right now they're running in the 1550s. Carl Edwards in the 99, our leader, 1530.
Yeah, he's on cruise control right now. He's loving it. Stenhouse is not going to be able to make that bottom work.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of momentum, though, in that outside lane, and you see it here. Power move, Joey Logano trying to gain the advantage down the back straightaway.
Tell you what.
On board with Logano and Keselowski inside of him. This is good stuff.
And you're fighting for it really hard, even though these are teammates, because you know how important that clean air is. If you can get that lead, boy, it's tough for somebody to pass you. So you're going to fight for it, like Brad is.
And you see the sparks come out from under Brad's car. When you get hung down on the bottom of the racetrack right there, the racetrack is really rough. That's not where Brad wants to be to make any time.
And they're getting after it behind him. Look at Newman, Matt Kenseth, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Paul Menard. At one time, they were 3 wide after the restart. Jeff Gordon, the 4-time champion, looking inside of the rookie, Austin Dillon.
We talk about it all the time. Track position is so important with these cars. If these guys, for the first 2 or 3 laps after a caution, they drive like it's the last lap of the Daytona 500, and everything is on the line just to try to get that position.
And you kind of notice with these, it seems like, Kyle, you could get up underneath somebody going in the corner. You can't loosen them up like you could with the older cars.
Yeah, you could almost lay on somebody's corner right there, and they'd be a little bit free. But this outside lane, we see the two get a good run right there.
Yeah, he wants that lead back.
And I think we're finding out exactly how good Brad Keselowski is. Sometimes when you're out front in clean air, it's...
Wide to turn 3. Kyle Busch down low as up front. McMurray around the outside of Earnhardt Jr. for the race lead. Looks like Jeff Gordon had all kinds of troubles getting going through turns 1 and 2 on the first lap of racing. Now seems to have it wound back up.
Hey. Looked like he slipped as he tried to go back to the throttle down in turns 1 and 2, but got it full bore. Now, it looked like Kyle Busch is having some issues on this restart. He's lost quite a few spots now.
Harvick through to second. And look at that light blue number 2. Brad Keselowski, after the troubles in Kansas last week, came into this with a, if not must win, must run well. Started all the way back in 17th place. He's running 5th and looking for more.
See Kurt Busch at 41 running up to the back bumper of Keselowski now. I mean, he had a good run the first couple of laps after that restart, really flying around the bottom of the racetrack.
Kurt to 6th. And maybe more. Looking, rather, Keselowski to 6th, Kurt to 5th, now to 4th, underneath Earnhardt Jr.
This two-tire deal, I'm not sure about. Junior hasn't led once it went back to green yet. Either time he's able to do that. He was able to hold on up in the top 5 the last time.
Going to have a lead change up front here too. Here's Kevin Harvick with a roll on Jamie McMurray.
You and we have waited all winter for this.
Ready, green flag. How do you get better air in second rather than first? I don't know. Don't know what the thought process was there. Doing good till I got to Danico. She just wouldn't go. One inside.
Oh, around goes Kenton.
Got a spin here. Stay right there. Come on, slow down. Come on. Spinning ahead. Keep coming. Gosh, dang it. Right there in front of you. Stay high right there. You all right, Kurt? 10-4. We're all right. We're all done. You're all right there. Somebody hit us just then. Damn it.
I had it saved.
You did a hell of a job there. You okay?
I'm fine. I'm just pissed that I had it saved.
Way to go, Kansas. Yeah, check the right front. It comes right across my nose. Everybody has hit me. I have hit 2 people. Pace car's on fire. I just heard that. I gotta tell you, that's a first. That's about as interesting as a jet driver. Pace car has the emergency brake on. Oh my God, that's hilarious. It appears that they should have used a Camry for the pace car. What you doing, man? I have no idea. Sucking up good to this damn Ford car. I like that. I don't know if it's just him or what, but sucking up good. Man, somebody gets in this front stretch grass, man. I hope they got a snorkel. I fucking had the speed there. We were gonna get run over by a net. What a bunch of bullshit. We were gonna get fucking run over by a wrecked car because of their wet fucking pit road, and they're gonna penalize us? Something's wrong. Showing up now. Mother! Is it proof? Yes. Hey, to the bottom. Check up. She did everything she could, guys.
Oh, man. Damn it. It's no good. I'm stuck in the water. God, what the hell happened?
You did a great job, Spotter. I saw it, but that guy just ran us over. Checker flag, you win. Oh, yeah! Woo! We're gonna turn this motherfucker down, yes! Woo! Lucy into 1. Good job, man. Be patient. Gonna send him a Twitter message. Holding us up. Omaha! Still up right on your bumper, 22. The 11 Spotter, I hope I catch him. I can't, that's unbelievable. I blew a right front tire.
That damn 51 was driving like a complete jackass out there. I am not at all surprised he wrecked. All we have for luck is bad. God.
Keep looking behind his scorecard. It says freaky fast. He's got a good point. 43 on your bumper.
Should have guessed he'd be a
bunch of scum. Gee! This AC drives like a... The f was that down here at the backstretch? Just something out of nowhere just blew up in front of us like rubber, toilet paper, and all kinds of stuff. It looked like somebody threw a bomb over the track. Like a little block of wood or something kind of tough. I think it's a Nascar pinata. Rolling roadblock. Be patient. Tim needs to remember what team she's on. What the hell is the pipe doing? Dale's swerving out me. Well, why is this mind his own business? Calm the hell down is what they need to do. Shut the hell up. Like the car just is on banana peels on exit. Flat tire! What the f? Everybody's got flat tires. Tires to do this all day? I just lost one. Got enough tires for me today, bud? Light was red. That's in this car. Sam Hornish. You better get the out of the way.
And we have trouble coming off turn 4.
33. Damn it. I need to belong out here. That was funny. That 33 just cleaned him out. Who's up there leading this thing? Kurt and... Can't see that far up there. Landon Castle. Okay. That's great. There's a up ahead of us. What the hell is the 40 car doing? He's gonna beat a wreck. They'll never get off too. I just wish I could watch it. This shake and bake or something. We gotta go.
tell you something, Rusty. It amazes me how we can wreck a race car. The last car, how we run into somebody.
He didn't have no choice. He had to move up. He's going to tear the front end out of it.
Don't give a damn. I told you guys to lay back. I told you what happened. Every week we wreck a race car.
This track is stupid. It's my favorite racetrack. So much fun.
Go racing the daddy. Come to the bumper. 2 car on the bumper.
Well, guess we get to get in a fight afterwards. So I'm going to go that dude's face up. What the are they doing back here? They're going to get somebody crashed.
Boy, if I get back to that 3 car, I'm probably fencing them. Jesus, I tell you what.
Oh, you go tell him. This is it. I'm not around.
So Biffle said he's done with you. So just so you know.
I thought a damn S-16 dropped a bomb. Yeah, he's all over me.
Guys, I don't give a how many guys we need over the wall. Get over there and clean it. Get over there and clean it.
Now let's get back in our rhythm. Let's get our speed back here.
Trying. I really am trying.
Over the
groove has Kevin been running? He's actually been all over the place. He's been very, very amphibious. Can run in water? Yep.
Oh, hello. That's getting ugly.
RCR, that Austin Dillon is a it's all his freaking money. It just runs into me.
It looked like Austin Dillon just got up into Allmendinger.
I don't care if we don't have any more race cars after this. I'm wrecking that little rich punk ass. When you get to that 47, dump it. Terrible. I have no front tires. Front end works and I could go wherever I wanted. Now I'm so limited to do anything. That's done.
Fire! No!
What the That's
My hustle in the car too good in practice to camouflage how up we actually are?
Son of a It's on fire under this thing.
Oil fire bad. Bad.
Clint, man. I'm so glad that he's wrecked out. Get over it, dude. This happens all the time. Freaking 20 car brake checks the whole field like that. That is complete.
What is Michael? Are you me? Why is he side drafting me? That's freaking believable. What an idiot. Now we lost the draft.
Wrecking him here in the 2 car, of course. Check up, check up, check up. Just get checked up.
It was inevitable.
really good thing Super Brad was up there around 6 laps down and wrecked the field.
He knows best.
Just ask him, he'll tell you.
Oh, there's the car. Who is that, the 48?
Oh, Logano's in it.
Hold on there.
Hold what you got right there, buddy. Hold what you got.
That's violent.
Trying. 10-4, I see you. You're okay, though, right?
Oh, great. You know, if we weren't stupid enough to win Martinsville, this is about the worst season.
Man, you have up a perfectly good race car today.
Apologies.
Ambrose is still a man.
Turn 4. Trying to get past Paul Menard. A.J. Allmendinger spins. And Allgaier and Gilliland have a horrible collision right at the start-finish line.
Oh, that's bad.
Talk to me, bud. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm good. Just out of breath. Holy crap, was that a hit? Be smart and hit all those nuts, and that sounded funny. And have a great night.
Just turning right more than I'm turning left. I don't know, but it won't turn in a 40-acre field.
What in the hell is wrong with this thing?
I don't even know what to tell you to do with it. Or we're just getting really high. Or I just drove an Indy car all day. We know for sure you drove an Indy car.
Holy smokes. At the point of the race, you're like, oh my God, this thing never is going to end.
And I remember my first 600 race. I thought we were close to the end. They told me we were almost halfway. That one stung a little bit.
I'm sorry, Steve. I haven't listened to a damn word you said the last lap and a half. I was daydreaming a little bit about racing.
Stand in front of you. Back it down, back it down, back it down. He's in the middle, on the bottom. Go to the top, go to the top. Stand on it, stand on it, stand on it. Throttle.
Idiots. Who the hell did not see that coming?
Leave it to Brian Scott to say, hang on, guys. I want to be part of the wreck, too.
I think we just dropped another one. This is lame.
Get the sideways out of my way.
I hope I get back to that too. I have no idea, dude. It feels like half the field wrecked right behind our stall there.
And so we're busy watching that?
Never mind. Never mind. Working really hard to work against you. That's what's going on here. Trying to ruin it.
As far as that conversation goes, I can't even comment on it on the radio, but it ain't just you, it's the whole everybody. I just need to suck all the life out of me today and just ride around and finish 24th and go the home. That's what I need to do.
He gave me, got a coach here on my shoulder telling me and you both we got to calm down. Got to work together a little bit better here and use better language on the radio.
If I had faster cars, I could be a happier person. 41 basically tried spinning me out on the backstretch.
If you want, you can just take him out now and just get it over with.
Pile it. Unbelievable. I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
But stay with it here, man.
It's like driving a car with 4 flat tires.
Can I get my bumper cut off so I can gain about 20 counts of downforce?
Yeah, I wish.
I'd do that the first pit stop if I could. Looks like you can.
You can just be so much more aggressive with their cars than I can be. Just wheeling the out of it. Alright, I've now lost a half a track to the 2. I'm over it. That dumb not having enough room!
Almighty, this is a joke back here.
Son, I'm sorry, hell, he wouldn't go.
It don't matter, but I don't give a He never let out of the gas. Oh, I'm not catch that long car.
I tried to roll the outside, and of course, Junior didn't give a Just drives me straight in the wall.
That hurt. One of these days I won't up as much as I do.
What the was that? Either you called it late or he's pissed about something. Hey, seriously, we need to sort this out. If my boss is hitting me down the back straight, it's either because I cut him off and I didn't know it, or he's just going off the deep end.
Yep, blowing up. Beautiful, beautiful.
Giving us the one finger.
Which finger?
Yeah, the first one.
Pace car on pit road. Green flag is in the air.
Green, 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 green. Protect that yellow line off of 2. Still out there.
Trouble. Off turn number 4.
Hang on. Down the brake here. What's up?
Hate this.
Back down, hard, 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 hard.
All right, hold the brake there. Watch him coming across. Slow down, stay straight, stay straight.
14.
Yep, that's it. Go high, go high, go low.
Wow. He almost had that thing cleared.
Wow. Well, the grass is not the place you want to be today after all the rain that we've had.
Could you go ahead and stop and get out, please? I knew we shouldn't have been up there. That was pretty dumb.
Yeah, it's going to be a day of survival. I mean, there's going to be a lot of that, I think.
Casey Kane gets out of control.
Just got turned there, Kenny.
Get lower, 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 lower.
We're in it. Back it down, 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 back it down.
Just stop, just stop. Nobody in there, stop.
That is the huge one at Daytona.
There ain't even nobody left to have a race.
Kyle Busch rolls upside down.
Okay, bud?
Just having a good old time over here.
Just hanging around? Okay.
About all but 5 wrecked right there.
Did you take your aspirin?
Shane, I told you the sun was going to come out.
Wow, 48 is low on pressure.
This thing is way off.
2 tires, not 4. The fact that everything's pegged at 300.
What is she talking about?
Temps are 300 and the whole rest of the world is crashing down.
Well, slowing everybody down there. He's blocking those 2 cars ahead of you, so you're so fast with them.
Shocker.
Watching the fuel, man. Whoa. Oh, man.
Gotta get that fixed.
You gotta warn me better than that. It's stupid.
Just fine by myself. There's all those guys got around me, even behind me, in front of me, wrecking loose.
How you doing?
Enjoying it. They ask us to pull off in the driver's meeting and nobody ever does.
Damn it!
Get any of the grass off? Tired of that Come to a track where you can't pass or lose 15 spots on pit road all damn day. Is that a gas? Nah, just kidding. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go throw up. See you on the plant. Smoking, damn it. Guys, come on. We know we got a flat tire. We don't need fuel. Let him down, guys. Let him down, guys. Come on. Go! Damn it, go!
What the hell was that about? I don't understand that.
I don't either. I don't know who that guy is or what he's thinking. Guys, let's make sure we got some bear bonded ready to go. Did you people not hear him say he just hit something really big? Did nobody else hear that? Go, back it down, back it down, back it down, back it down.
Sideways, we're destroyed.
The 11 lost it right in front of us.
I
Saw it. Saw it, bud.
I can't see anything.
We got in it, guys.
Got a car sitting on top of me.
I can't drive it because my car's on top of another car. It's about time that we start looking into a luck changer. Harvick wants you to lay it to him. Push.
No Sherlock.
Car doesn't stop. Doesn't turn. Stuck.
Stop and go when we come back. Stop and go.
How about we just stop and not go? Come on, man.
Putting up with that.
I don't blame you, dude. Bad time.
Reckon. We're in it, guys. You okay, Ryan? Ryan.
Yeah, so far.
You alright, Big D? You alright?
Yep. Oh, boy. Take a breath there. Take a breath.
Woo, but I'm hurt. But I'm okay.
Yeah, thank God.
30 more minutes or more. Go get you a sandwich, take care of your knees, they said.
The hell?
Where's John? He crashed us. Who did that? 36? 36, three sources just crashed us.
Buddy, on this radio, if there's not an official penalizing us, I'll take care of it. Bring it to me, baby. Bring it to me!
Love you guys! Thank you!
Oh, trouble, damn.
What's the 21's a non-driving man?
By far the worst motor ever driven in the Cup Series.
I don't understand why he just doesn't back the off. He is a teammate. 25 laps down and all he does is drive next to me.
Something Logano is completely up the starts. He's like slowing down as we get into the box.
Yeah, he's complaining about you slowing up. When he's freaking two curlies behind me, what do you want me to do?
They're saying we got a speed penalty.
Fantastic. You know what you can do with all your pit road stuff? Throw it the away. Don't ever talk to me again about pit road.
I'm plowing really bad here.
Freaking hate this track, man. The moment I get figured out is the moment it goes to
Wait, communicate with me. Let me know when it's time to go. Let's get with it.
Who are you talking to?
Talking to you, I had no idea when to go. The fuel had pulled out, and we were sitting there for a while, and all we had done is a couple of green laps.
I'm telling you what, how about you calm down just a little bit? We're doing the best we can in here, alright?
Did anybody not hear me? I need a whole new right front suspension. A whole new right front suspension. I will be behind the wall in about 2 laps.
Park it behind the truck. Take your white little ass to the bus.
Everybody's got light-up signs. You gotta be a certain age to get a light-up sign?
Yeah, when you get to your second cup race, they start handing them out.
All right, almost hit a cat. Cat just ran right in front of me. Your shifter's broke. Son of a
I can't wait for this year to be over. Santa gonna wreck somebody before this night's over. It's gonna be a miracle.
Red Gates is in here. That's like having your head in the snake tank on Fear Effect. You don't like it. They're quite generous with the speedy drive. A little trigger happy. Only one race a year, man. One race a year. That guy's been excited to get that stuff down. Like Myrtle Beach down here. I'm working off the tired of working my ass off so that we blow out tires. I mean, the 41 is cutting the days of thunder close, getting off the pit road doing that.
Yeah, he sure is, isn't he?
It's the longest race of all time. Holy cow, knock 100 miles off it.
Hell was that for?
He just dumped you, man. I don't know.
About to get his ass hurt right here.
I was starting to think I win and I'm in the chase right here. Let's do this.
This is awful. I'm gonna go to the back. Just tell me when I'm last. This is just ridiculous, this damn tire. This thing is a pile of Here, halfway right here, halfway. 200 more laps to hell. Can we do this every week, man? Make the car worse every time we try to adjust on it. On a fighting chance 1 week. Just shoot me. Here she comes. Sweet! You haven't lost me yet. You will as soon as she passes me.
Put it out. Turn 4. I have a spectator climbing the fence. Security not doing their job. Guy climbing over the damn fence. I think that's the first time there's been a caution for somebody climbing up on the fence.
I think just lost the front turn and now I can't drive it.
Damn it.
Oh, I have no idea what you did this thing. It is so fricked up I can't even drive it.
Larson was putting on the show. Bananas is the fastest thing out there.
Danica Patrick gets turned into the outside wall.
What happened now?
You tell me. I heard just 14 inside, then the 17 had me. Damn it.
We're junk again, man. We are absolute junk again this week.
Josh Rice, I just can't get back into rhythm now.
We suck at this. We are so bad.
Dude, I don't need you doing that. Keep your mouth shut until we get it fixed.
Find that one car that I am racing for a championship and he doesn't need to me around.
Next time I get to him, I'm moving him. Just let him know. I want to know the general synopsis of what our agenda is. Are we just here to survive? Is that all we're here to do? I just need to know, so I can be mentally prepared for what I'm supposed to do the next 78 laps.
I think there's something effed up in the back of this car, dude. It shakes so bad. I mean, there's something just fundamentally messed up. I can never catch anybody or pass anybody. It's really stuck.
Hey, tell them it's that f***ing run that slow to get the f*** out of the way.
Isn't there a minimum speed they get to get that 66 out of here?
It's so bad to drive. If we're gonna be competitive, dude, you gotta find me some just grip. This is tough to drive, dude. I'm getting sick in the car. This thing's shaking so bad. Evil, man. Tired of driving evil cars. Done, man. Absolutely done.
Jimmy, these fast guys are coming and they're running the wall, dude. You gotta run the top. These guys are so fast.
Holy.
Yeah, that's idiot. I can't see at the start of the backstretch.
I'm driving my ass off and about to crash.
Why are you crashing? I'm trying to help you. Why are you almost crashing, Jimmy?
Racetrack. I drive it in real hard and I slide to the wall and I almost crash.
Okay, does that mean you're tight or does that mean, what does that mean?
So I don't know what to do.
4 tires, drop the panel bar 1 round.
Looks like she chopped you.
Yep, not getting chopped no more by her.
Just love to go out and take them out.
Go ahead.
You see what you just did? Just tore the right front up. Yeah, I'm after the race. Y'all just be ready.
Who shoved me into turn 1 to 2?
He just tried to turn you. Get on out of there. He's sitting sideways in the track.
The 2 just wrecked me and I have no seat belts on. He wrecked 11, then he just came up and wrecked me with no belts on.
Tony handle it. Let Tony handle it. Demolition derby, baby. Somebody stay with him. Calm his ass down.
As pissed off as I was 20 seconds ago, this is pretty entertaining back here.
Kansas is ready to fight. Here we go.
Man, when you get back Kansas that hot, you've really done something.
Much rather race these 10 cars for the win than the whole pack.
Wrecking, back her down.
Destroyed. We are absolutely killed. I got wrecked from behind. We're done. Rolling, but it's junk. What the hell happened there? 13 runs into me one more time. I'm just going to let him pass me and I'm going to dump him.
What's up with that 31 getting into me?
Oh, trouble. Harvick and Kenseth around. In the wall.
Running more hard. 20. Took us out.
Two-car broke something in the drivetrain axle or something. Everybody stopped to avoid him and caused a major mess.
You all right?
Yeah.
Just knocked the wind out of me.
We have to pit. Not pitting is a death sentence. 12 to go. They're just going to wreck us. We tried that one.
Watch this 32. That little punk. Get out of the way, 32. Please, pick a lane.
Gordon spinning, turn 4.
I'm going to beat the out of him. What happened?
2 car ran into us. That's what happened.
Left. Never mind. Do it. Just go. Change him.
Just left the hole, man, and he left the hole. Jeff Gordon is trying to get to Brown Kozlowski. He's being let go. Here we go.
Oh, we got another fight. Big as Harvick and Keselowski, and wow, 24 guys.
Punches flying off left and right down here. It is a mob scene on pit road. Next week.
Going to win the race and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship. California's Kevin Harvick does it.
Holy cow! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! You are the 2014 Sprint Cup champion.
You know, credit to Marcus Smith, Don Hawk, and SMI. They found a great package for the All-Star race. I think that package needs to remain solely at the All-Star race. I think that a lot of the drivers in this sport are in a position where they chose Cup racing because of the demands that the cars take to drive. And I think there's a lot of fans that come to our races expecting to see the best drivers. I think if you put a package like this out there, like what we had at the Charlotte All-Star race, on a consistent basis, that the best drivers in the world will no longer go to NASCAR. They'll pick a different sport. That won't happen overnight. That'll happen over time. And I think that would be a tragedy to this sport because the best race car drivers want to go where they can make the biggest difference to their performance. And there's no doubt that you make less of a difference with that configuration, with that rules package. So with respect to that, I'm thankful that it improved the watchability, the show per se for the All-Star race. I think that those are important things to do. But I think we should always be mindful of our responsibility as a sport to make sure that best drivers are able to showcase their talent. And I'm apprehensive that coming with a package like that on a larger scale for the sport will in time deteriorate the ability for drivers to make a difference, and that they will look for other racing venues to achieve that. So it's a very interesting trade-off. I think of the three things that I like to see at a race, and I think of fast cars. I think I want to see the best race car drivers, and I want to see a great finish. Those are the three things I want to see. I think that package achieved one of those three and hurt the other two. And in that sense, I consider it a net loss overall. So I know that's a tough question for NASCAR to really wrap their heads around. It's a tough question for us to wrap our heads around, but believe me, I saw the fan videos of people in Charlotte standing on their feet. But part of that is because of the legacy that the sport has to have the best drivers. And I think over time that'll deteriorate. I think we've seen that with IndyCar. It was pretty obvious to me that a decade ago, if you wanted to see the best racing in the world, it was, quite honestly, it was in IndyCar. They ran 3-4 wide and put on some great shows. Unfortunately, long term, that didn't translate to the fans. That didn't translate to better ratings than NASCAR. There's a lot of reasons for that. I would speculate that some of it has to go back to the fact that the best race car drivers in the world were here in NASCAR. And we saw that when IndyCar drivers came over here and didn't find success. And they weren't just any IndyCar drivers, they were some of the best. So with respect to that, I think we have to tread very lightly with the next steps of this sport. I like the idea of picking one or two races and running that package. I think that makes sense. But if we, overdose on that particular format of racing, it will have, in my opinion, some severe long-term negative effects. So it's a very interesting equation to see play out. We're all watching together how it's going to play out. I think we all have a little role, from the media to the drivers to the fans, etc. But I think, long term, if you want to know what the All-Star package would look like if it was ran in NASCAR full time, look no further than IndyCar. They've already proved it, and they had great racing. They had a number of fatalities associated with that racing that was unfortunate. They had a short, unsustainable boost in their fans for those races when they first went to those packages, and then it trailed off. So with respect to that, I think that's where if I was forecasting to the future, that's how I see it. But I don't know what decision NASCAR was going to make. It's their decision. All I can do is give my input, and at this time, those are my strongest thoughts.